Tells us his mother is now stable. According to police, the 70-year-old woman was shot in her home by her brother. Jeffrey Davis is now facing an attempted second-degree murder charge.
Opelousas police investigating a shooting that happened around noon today. They say no one was hurt, but a car was hit on Prudhoe Lane. Police say surveillance video shows two people in the area at the time. However, no suspects have been named. The Vermilion Parish Sheriff's Office says all three ERAS schools involved in a bomb threat today are clear. Deputies say a note was found on a school bus, and students at Dozier Elementary, ERAF Middle, and ERAF High schools were taken to safe locations. Officials say the threat did not target a particular school.
The former chief financial officer of St. Martinville is claiming discrimination on the basis of race and sex. Shedrack Berard alleges two white council members disagreed with his appointment by Mayor Melinda Mitchell, and they made his job more difficult. He also claims he was not properly trained. Berard resigned as CFO in late August after questions about how the city's money was being handled. Church Point police say community policing has resulted in a drop in some crimes. The department is reporting fewer theft, rape, and robbery cases last year compared to the year before, but the numbers did show an increase in aggravated assaults and murders.
All adult education adjunct professors at SLCC's outlying campuses are out of jobs. College officials say the 52 layoffs are because the basic adult education program is being reconfigured. Any current students will complete their program as planned. All lanes of Highway 90 are back open in Morgan City. According to police, there were multiple crashes on the bridge this afternoon, causing the highway to close. Traffic is still backed up despite some drivers being diverted to Highway 182 near Berwick. So far, no reports of any injuries.
Lafayette State Representative Vincent Pierre will chair the House Transportation, Highways, and Public Works Committee during the upcoming legislative term. This upcoming session will be Pierre's fifth on that committee and his first as its leader. The committee handles not only road and bridge projects, but also drainage and flooding infrastructure.
The Intracoastal Waterway near Berwick is back open tonight. The Coast Guard was able to clear the waterway after a towing vessel ran aground Sunday. That vessel carrying 6 barges filled with rocks. According to the Coast Guard, the plan now is to restore normal traffic flow.
Downtown Opelousas will be getting some upgrades thanks to legislation that was passed back in 2017. The Opelousas Downtown Redevelopment District is preparing a master plan that will outline how the area will look and feel in the next few years. The group aims to look at things like roads, lighting, sidewalks, and building improvements, all geared toward revitalizing the once thriving district.
Community members will be asked from broad scopes to provide input into what that should and could look like. There'll be a lot of work going on in the next 4, 5, and 6 months to get us to that point.
Well, some good news here. Lafayette Regional is adding a second TSA line. The executive director says this will shorten wait times for morning flights when lines are the longest. The second line will be built within the next couple months, and also the new terminal is expected to open next year. At First Baptist Church in Lafayette, students had a chance to show off their singing ability for the Lafayette Parish Vocal Music Honor Choir performance. Organizers believe it's a great experience for students.
Happening over at the Hilliard University Art Museum, a celebration will be held for the gallery's new installations for the spring. Some of the artists include Louisiana's Vitus Shell and even the work of Sir Winston Churchill. The reception is from 6 until 8 and is free and open to the public.
You know, it's great to see it on our website, see it online. That's really special, but it doesn't replace coming out, interacting with the artwork, literally in the case of Bob Tainman's work, moving stuff around and just really seeing what things are like when you're in the artwork's presence.
Today is the last day for the St. Jude Radiothon. It's underway over at Town Square Media radio stations. Listeners can tune in and donate and hear the stories of those involved at the Children's Research Hospital. This year's goal is to raise $200,000 for the children at St. Jude. And happening right now in Lafayette, one church is joining hundreds of churches around the world to host Night to Shine. It's a prom for those with special needs. The event is sponsored by the Tim Tebow Foundation. The red carpet is rolled out. Let's head out live. Katie Easter joins us with a preview tonight. Hey, Katie.
Well, the Night to Shine prom is already kicking off. Right here is where several participants have already been dropped off in limos, and then they come up here and they get the absolute royal treatment as they step up and they walk all the way up this red carpet. And you know, right before they got here, they spent their whole day preparing for this. And I'm telling you, the hype is here. They are all ready to dance. They're all ready to party. And then at the end of the night, they're all going to be crowned queen and king because we are all royalty. Well, I've got to get inside to get this party started. Live in Lafayette, Katie Easter, KATC, TV3.
And Katie will have more from that party coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. A civic center in Jeanerette will be renamed in honor of late Councilman Joseph Davis Jr. The ceremony will be held tomorrow at 3 at the West St. Mary Civic Center. Davis was the parish councilman of District 1 in St. Mary Parish for 32 years. He was also responsible for many community projects in that area as well. Happening tomorrow, Pizza Artista in Broussard is holding a celebration of life in honor of Como High School student Matthew Carter. The celebration includes face painting, raffles, and a blood drive. All donations and proceeds are going to the Carter family for funeral expenses. The event is happening from 11 until 6.
Also tomorrow, the lineup for Festival International will be released during Art Walk in Lafayette. They'll also be unveiling the pin and poster. It starts at 6:30 at the Jefferson Street Pub and costs $10 to get in. Still ahead tonight at 6 o'clock, Governor Edwards is suing the state's treasurer. We'll explain why in state news a bit later on.
But first, Rob's full forecast for your weekend. You are watching Acadiana's news channel at 6 o'clock.
KATC Weather Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back and welcome to the weekend. Good looking weekend ahead overall. Not perfect, but it's going to be pretty nice with partly sunny skies tomorrow. Maybe a little sun Sunday afternoon. Milder temperatures for sure. Next week, a different story. A lot of rain chances in each and every day through Thursday. Maybe more for the following weekend. More on that in just a bit. But first off, we have some celestial events going on. The moon, it's 95% full, rising in the eastern sky right now. So look out for that. Second brightest object in the sky is Venus in the western sky. I've gotten a lot of texts, emails. Hey, what's that bright star in the sky? That is Venus. And then on top of that, later on this evening, in roughly about an hour, let's see, we're 6:12, in roughly about an hour and 15 minutes, we're going to see the International Space Station flying out of the northwest, passing us by just to the west-southwest, when, by the way, it'll be disappearing behind the Earth's shadow shortly after it passes by Acadiana, so keep that in mind. So just a 3-minute window tonight, but something to see. And interestingly enough, normally there's 6 crew on board the space station, but 3 just came back a couple of days ago, including Christina Koch, that finished a record 328 days on the space station. That's a record for a woman. She was part of several spacewalks and part of the only all-female spacewalk we had a few months back. And again, the space station still up there, orbits the Earth 16 times a day, seeing sunrises and sunsets, and will be in service later this year for 20 years. And they're not going to send more than, they're going to keep those 3 people on there for a while, and it's going to be a 3-person station until the U.S. starts getting the SpaceX capsule and also the other capsule from the other space outfit that's going to be going up there. Boeing, that is. I would want to make sure I got that right. But very interesting that there's only going to be 3 people up there, so lots of room to play around on the space station. Here's the upper level pattern. Dry west-northwest flow. Most of the weather, snow off to the north and northwest across the region. Locally, it's very quiet here, but we do have a little bit of a frontal boundary in the northwestern part of the state that may spark off an isolated shower as we get closer to tomorrow morning. An isolated shower or 2 will be possible. Rain chance, though, I'm giving it no higher than 20% through early tomorrow. Otherwise, a partly sunny day, and we're going to be certainly much milder tonight, a few degrees warmer tomorrow. Then going into tomorrow night, that front comes back up as a warm front or a stationary front, so maybe some fog, some mist, temperatures in the 50s. It's going to be humid as well. And then we get downright mild, maybe a few intervals of sun as we head into Sunday afternoon, with temperatures pushing into the low to possibly the mid-70s. But enjoy that. As we told you down the line, it looks to get wet as we head into Monday. A good chance of rain and thunderstorms, none severe, but a couple of inches of rain. Still showers around about in the region through Tuesday, and more later this week. We'll detail that coming up in the weathercast tonight at 10. We'll show you a little bit more in the rainfall, but this is just the rainfall through early next week, an inch or two possible, and then we could pile on some more as the week wears on. Heavier rains northern Louisiana into Mississippi. That's the way it's looking right now. But for now, no severe weather events, but that could change with time. Upper 40s to lower 50s tonight. It's going to chill down into the upper 30s briefly in Alexandria, but with that southwest wind, warm up into the lower 50s by daybreak. Tomorrow, mid-60s under partly sunny skies. Tomorrow night, we hold it in the low to mid-50s for the most part, and then Sunday getting into the 70s once again. So as we look ahead to tomorrow, maybe a shower or two first thing in the morning, partly sunny skies as we go into the afternoon, fair skies into tomorrow evening, and then as we go down the road, notice Sunday, pretty good looking day, Monday, not so good looking, Tuesday, a 40% chance, and another round of showers and storms likely late Wednesday into Thursday morning. Right now, Valentine's Day looks like the completely sunny day after the weekend, so enjoy whatever sun you see this weekend, and the following weekend, clouds and showers coming back at some point.
Just look forward to next Friday, I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly. Well, no, take the weekend. Enjoy
Yeah.
whatever weather comes your way this weekend.
Sure will. Thanks, Rob.
Still ahead on KATC, LSU quarterback Joe Burrow being recognized for yet another honor. We'll tell you more in state news after this.
State news, Governor Edwards is suing the state treasurer for blocking a multi-million-dollar fund transfer. Treasurer John Schroeder refused to shift $25 million from the state's unclaimed property account for this year's budget. Edwards is asking a judge to declare that action illegal. Schroeder also blocked a $15 million transfer last year. A group of students at Nichols State University will not be taking their annual trip to China in May. The trip was planned for the College of Business Administration, but since the State Department is advising Americans not to visit the country amid the coronavirus crisis, the university says it's not worth the risk.
LSU quarterback Joe Burrow is being recognized in Louisiana Life magazine as one of the top Louisianians of the year in the sports category, of course. Burrow was honored earlier this week at a ceremony in Baton Rouge. He quickly became a Baton Rouge legend after leading LSU to an undefeated season and winning, of course, the national championship. Well, a Good Samaritan in New Orleans used the power of social media to find the owner of a stolen purse. A man uploaded a picture to Twitter of a stolen purse and camera that he says he found in the French Quarter. Within 16 hours, that post was retweeted 800 times. The owner was in Florida, and the man was able to get in touch with her and return the purse and camera. And still to come right here, it's opening day for UL softball. Andrew is live at Lamson Park, coming up next in sports.
Time for sports with KATC Sports Director Andrew Clay.
Some sights and sounds there of Louisiana softball opening day. An afternoon at Lamson Park, a beautiful afternoon turning into a cold evening as the Cajun softball season gets underway, the 8th ranked team in the nation. We come live now in the Lamson Park. Well, we're still in the first game. Louisiana in the 5th inning taking on Ball State, a team out of the MEAC, won 34 games a year ago. Let's show you some early game highlights as the Cajuns ramping up for this early season matchup. Runner on first base, Julie Rawls loops one down into the right field corner. That is transfer Caitlin Aldrich coming in from first base. She came from Texas A&M and scores her first run as a Cajun. Of course, Summer Ellison getting the start in the circle. She allowed one early run, but has been solid with a number of strikeouts. And at the moment, it is currently 3-1 in the 5th inning of game number 1 against Ball State. The Cajuns will take on UTSA after this matchup. Now, one non-softball note. Let's talk a little bit about Cajun